moving on with the Nightmare and Elm Street series on 4K is part 2, Freddy's Revenge. Now, this is one of the most fascinating and divisive sequels in horror history. Often misunderstood on its release, it has since been reappraised as one of the most subversive and psychologically layered entries in the Elm Street saga. On 4K, Freddy's fire burns hotter and the subtext is impossible to ignore. This is probably one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies where I've seen the most. It's incredibly fun, it's incredibly silly and over the top, and it just, I say subtext, but it's on the surface, in your face, and undeniable. 5 years after Nancy's Tale, we have Jessie Walsh, who's moving into her old house in Elm Street, and soon Jessie is plagued by horrific dreams of Freddy Krueger. But this time, Freddy isn't coming after him. He wants to possess Jessie's body and enter the real world once and for all. As Freddy's control grows, Jessie's grip on reality begins to fracture, leading to one of the wildest and most psychological entries in the series.
It's late. Go back to sleep.
It is incredibly fun, and I think, for my money, Freddy looks incredible in this one. It's one of the most tactile, visceral, and just horrifying takes on Freddy Krueger. Now, the idea of setting this in the house, acknowledging what came before it, with Nancy's Tale, I think is a great tale. We move away from the final girl by having Jessie as our main character. But undeniably, there is repression and identity here, which is the driving themes of the film. Jessie's internal struggle mirrors Freddy's invasion, turning the horror into a metaphor of suppressed desire and identity crisis. And I think that's what really elevates the film. Now, it's kind of laughed at, it was made fun of, but it's got this broad thematic and it embraces it within the film. And I think it gives the film a little bit more than most of the other horrors at the time. And it's really that idea of possession, that idea of letting the real Jessie out into the world and allowing others to see him, but putting it within the form of a horror movie to throw it in within the context of a horror franchise that was just beginning was bold and really interesting. The societal pressure, the tension you see between conformity and individuality in the film is really front and centre. And like I said, I think it's epitomised by the dance sequence at the start of the film. It leaves no doubt at all about what the film is saying. But like I said, I think it makes it a lot more fun and a lot more inventive than just a straightforward sequel rehashing the same story we've seen before.
I need you, Jessie. We got special work to do here, you and me.
This really ramps up the Freddy take in this one. It is feverish and dreamlike, but it ramps up the idea of the boiler room, bringing heat into the story as things melt and contort and change their physical appearance. As we have standout sequences, we're following a film that had iconic sequences, and we get more here. The bus sequence at the start of the film was something that stuck with me long after seeing it because it's so unusual and weird. The pool party massacre is absolutely fantastic, bringing Freddy into the real world and unleashing him onto a party of teenage kids was just a masterstroke, and it's really wonderful.
You are all my children now.
I've said it before, it was dismissed when it came out. It's one of the most interesting and boldest queer-coded films I think that's out there. It really does turn the slasher film into something deeply psychological. I think Mark Patton is great as Jesse. He gives a kind of terrific story, performance, someone that's vulnerable, someone that's letting himself out there, and I think it is a great turn and a rare final guy character within a horror.
And tonight with Lisa on the cabana, it started to happen again.
I think you are seriously losing it, bro.
I'm scared, Grady.
The nightmare visuals here take a real surreal turn. You've got the melting room, the exploding parakeet, the furnace inferno. It takes everything and just skews it and makes it more than what it was in the original. I really enjoy Freddy's Revenge. I think it's an incredibly fun film. It has been reappraised and came from a cult oddity into a horror classic. Sweaty, strange, and really kind of entertaining. A film that dared to twist the slasher into something more personal and symbolic. I think for that needs to be celebrated, and I personally think Freddy's Revenge is a great sequel to an absolute masterpiece of a film. I'd love to know your thoughts on Freddy's Revenge. Do you get as much enjoyment out of this one as I do? Do you think it's great? Do you not like it? Do you think it's average? How do you think it fares as a sequel to a classic horror movie that really tried something different? Personally, I think it succeeded, and I think it created something completely unique and unusual at the time, and something that's definitely entertaining and a lot of fun. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below, are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.